Alright, got the little kids out here. They're out here having a good time. Got the girls out here eating grain. Everybody's doing fine. Phyllis over here, she's just still having drainage. And it's kind of concerning, but she's still eating and drinking. She doesn't feel like she's running a fever or anything like that. She's acting normal. Her appetite is still up. And I've noticed all the other girls have pretty much cleared out, but she still has a good amount of drainage. So she's a little bit over 2 weeks on post-kidding. So we'll see how she does. I'm gonna have to keep an eye on her. I know for a fact she didn't like retain a kid or anything like that. She doesn't have like a dead kid inside, because her health would have definitely declined by now, and her discharge would have been, would have smelled stinky. And you can see she's still the herd queen. She's got just a little uglies just hanging on her rear. And Jenny over here, she hasn't popped, but she's starting to bag up. She's starting to bag up really good. So she's definitely here in the next week or so. I thought she was gonna definitely be due here in the next couple days, but I don't know. She might go another week. Murderface is kind of that way, and then she went another week and was all good to go. But these girls, when I first got the Nigerian dwarves, a lot of people were saying, hey, yeah, they'll give you up to, half a gallon a day. You couldn't fit a quarter of a gallon in those teats, even if it was just a simple small lining. So I don't know if my goats are just, poor performers, or if it's just people like to stretch the truth a little. But we will see. I'm not milking them yet. I want the kids to be fully weaned before I milk them, and probably milk them twice a day. But we will see. We will see how it goes. These goats are pretty small, man, and for them to be producing that much milk, that's like really high performance. That's super high performance. It's kind of the reason why I bought them, because they said the quality of the meat was the dairy was excellent, and had a lot of cream and fat in the milk. And that is very true, because I actually did milk them just to kind of see where they were at. And I got about 2 cups out of all 3 of them. So not very much, but again, they do have kids, and that was, ooh, everybody's protecting their babies. But anyway, so that might be the reason why. So it's kind of a good thing, because I wouldn't know what to do with 3 gallons of milk a day. That's just too much. There's only so much you could do too, like so much cheese, so much stuff. And I tried having pigs on the farm here, but they escaped, and I had to, send them to freezer camp pretty fast. So didn't quite work out yet. Just not set up for it. Still kind of doing what I'm doing, and I took my last 2 days off, and I went to the racetrack, so won't have another day off for a couple weeks. And yeah, just because that's just the way my schedule kind of lines up. Don't really have consecutive days off, so it's very little time to work on things. But anyway, the kids are doing super good. See if I can zoom in on the little cute babies. I can't zoom in while I'm on super steady mode, so I guess I can't zoom in. But yeah, very cool. These kids are doing fine. They're nice. My wife and I did try to disbud them ourselves, and unfortunately, this is gonna be my successes and my failures. Unfortunately, I don't think I did a good job on them. I think I definitely was more concerned about uh, how they do getting when they're getting, you know, branded, I guess you could say. But you know, when you're burning off the buds, and it's my first time, and I figured what I did was enough. And oh, you're mean. And I don't think it was enough. I think I just honestly, I think I didn't go long enough. So some of them look like they did get disbudded, and unfortunately, some of them did. They don't look. They look like they need work. So uh, two options here: either A, leave them and let them kind of grow with disfigured horns, and that's the sad reality. If you don't fix it, they're gonna grow disfigured horns. And B is reburn. I'm gonna go with option B, to reburn. It's not what I wanted to do, but again, I didn't do a good job the first time, and that's successes and failures. You know, you're gonna have that if you plan on having goats. And here in this area, I don't have a lot of, you know, room for them to roll around in, and this is the type of fence I use. Did I have another option for fencing? Not really. If you do the, you know, the 5-wire strand, they're just gonna roll right out. They're gonna duck underneath one of the wires and get out that way. Could I have done hot wire and that same thing? Potentially, yes, but the price would have been, oh, I don't know, tenfold. So it's just not viable for what I'm trying to do. Plus, all along the perimeter of the property, I can't do hot wire for liability reasons. Live in the great state of California, and if some kid walking to school gets banged by my freaking hot wire, you know, gets zapped, then that's a lawsuit. So definitely can't do that. So disbudding or dehorning is the only way to do it here, because they'll get caught on this field fence, and they'll get eaten by stray dogs that are everywhere because they're going to be stuck in the fence, or they're going to suffocate themselves. And that's kind of the way we got to do it anyway. You just got to disbud them. It's people want them that way. I got kids too, so I'm not going to put my kids in danger. Some people don't like hearing this stuff because they think life is all, you know, good, and you know, nothing bad's gonna happen to you, and you know, you should never do this and do that. The fact of the matter is, if you're gonna keep these types of animals around kids and keep these, and potentially, you know, we're gonna sell these, so people don't want them. They want them already disbudded. And I don't want to sell something that I did a terrible job at. So unfortunately, I am gonna have to put these guys under some more pain, but it's gonna have to happen. That's just the way it goes. I can't find a vet in my area that's willing to come out here and do such a small amount, so that's just the way it goes. I can't even find anyone that treats goats around here, and it's super weird because they'll do sheep but they won't do goats. I guess goats are different, but goats are kind of like chickens, you know. They survive just about anything. And you know, just another thing too, I can't get medication for them. I mean, I guess I could go out and buy a bunch of lidocaine packs and do a lidocaine extraction and make my own lidocaine, but if I screw up on my solution or anything, you know, that could potentially cause other irreversible damages. So I cannot get any pain meds either. I mean, if I could get pain meds, bam, just hit that freaking nerve and do a nerve block, and kids would be fine. They'll just be under a little stress, but can't do that either. So my options are limited, and I just have to learn how to do it right and do it right the first time. And that's exactly how I'm gonna have to do it, is do it again, you know, trial and error, unfortunately. That's how veterinarians learn, you know. They don't just go out and, obviously they're trained properly by somebody, but medical practice is called a practice for a reason. I don't have a veterinary's license, and I'm not trying to excuse it, but I'm in with legalities of the law. These are considered livestock, and I consider them livestock. So they're my livestock. They're pets, but at the same time, they're livestock. I'm gonna use them for milk and potentially meat. So it is what it is, you know. See, like you could tell the scurs on this girl right here. Yeah, I just didn't do a good job. The next time, do the job done, get it done right. That's the bottom line. Hey, baby girl. Hey, baby girl. I might scratch this video just because it's kind of all over the place. I'm kind of really tired, and you know how it goes. I'm sure y'all been there. I'm just trying to get content out there. It's not good content, but it's something. And the babies. Yeah, I might just scratch this video just because I don't want someone knocking on my door and telling me this and that. That's the problem with YouTube. So you could get in trouble for stupid shit like this, even though you're just trying to better yourself and do things right. And the people just think you're supposed to do things a certain way, and you can't get there unless you try and learn and do things, you know. That's the way to do it. I mean, as you can see, they're fine. Nothing's bad. They go through a couple minutes of pain and then they're good. I wish I could get some meloxicam for them, but it all has to be prescribed by a vet, and the vets just won't prescribe it because they don't see the animal and they don't treat goats. So that's the answers I'm getting, and I'm telling them, hey, you know, this is what's gonna go on. Maybe we could get something done, you know, kind of figure something out. And they just refuse to do so, because at the end of the day, if they prescribe something and it's, you know, something goes terribly wrong, they're held liable. And again, being here in the great state of California, people just are pretty sue happy, and I think that's kind of everywhere, but particularly here in kind of liberal states, you know. Yeah, I'm getting political, but it's the truth, you know. You just can't. Unfortunately, they have their hands tied, and I have mine. So we're gonna go about it a different way, and we're just gonna do it. Get it done.